So where is Olivia?
I don't know. He still hasn't. Now he has seen the message. Wait, are we already live?
Yes. We
We
promised
are?
to be at 18 CET live, so we are alive. We're alive.
Okay. Wait, let me see. I think he's joining us. But are we seriously live?
He did not join yet. I think he landed from the Arabic people to say, "Hey, I'm joining," while he's like 1 kilometer away from the laptop.
Hey, I'm about to get live. Oh, wait, hold on.
I'm restarting my laptop.
Okay.
No, I'm saying those are the excuses. So, hi everyone. I'm taking my dinner. Today we have another live stream with Olivier. Olivier is one of the talented guys in the industry, one of the oldest guys as well. And he worked at multiple studios. He was supposed to be here at this time. He is not yet there. So that's why I was using this time to eat my
I'm
dinner.
texting him. I'm texting him.
Yeah, all good, all good.
He's,
I still did
he's
not finish
gonna
my
show
food.
up, I promise. He's gonna show up, I promise.
Yeah, I still need 5 minutes to finish my dinner, so he has time.
Anis, a question for you. What is it you're eating?
Oh man, that's a very tough question. Do you know the? Let me show you. Do you know these things?
No, what is it?
It's
The
like
leaves.
sorry,
Leaves. The leaves.
the leaves, yeah, of the vine, and
Yeah.
inside you have rice and meat, and outside you have also meat. So yeah, that's basically what I'm eating.
I love those. I love those. I think we had them yesterday night, actually.
Oh, you know them. You eat them.
Yeah, of course. Man, I live in the
Yes.
Middle East.
Welcome.
Although
So
some
Olivier is
people
here,
might
but like,
argue that this is like Greek food. Is it?
no, it is Turkish.
Okay.
So Oli is
Yesterday
here.
I had them at a Lebanese restaurant.
Yeah, very delicious.
Mm.
Sorry guys, but like, yeah, we need to wait for the guest, and in the meantime, I'm finishing my food.
Oli, is he there?
He's here, yeah, but like he does. It looks like he doesn't have the camera on, or he doesn't have electricity.
Oli, it's okay. Everything is very relaxed here, as you can understand.
All good. I mean, by the way, guys, we have the workshop in April, end of April, 25th, 26th, and 27th. The previous workshop was amazing. We received the feedback from the members, and like when you hear the feedback, you discover things you yourself don't really see in the workshop. We will share them later.
Yeah, I can't
I mean,
wait to share those.
yeah, not today, but like in the content. So, guys, if you are watching, please type anything in the chat. Hi, hello. Where are you talking from? Just for us to see if we are really, maybe we are not live. I don't know.
Let me type something. Hold on. Let me test if the typing works. But I did not get the notification that we were.
Yeah. This is a sign. Maybe it's not working.
There is no notification. It says join, but nothing happens. So Oli is saying that he's trying to join, but nothing happens.
You know, the event is not on LinkedIn.
Yeah, it's. I sent him the link.
No, I mean the event is not online. It's not live.
I sent him the link to the talk studio.
I see. I mean the event on LinkedIn is not live.
Oh, it's not? Why not?
So it is happening on YouTube, but it's not
live on LinkedIn. Oh, what's going on?
Yeah. So I would say, hey everyone.
Oh yeah, I see us on YouTube. We're here.
So I copy pasted the link. Yeah, let's hope that people will see this and join us on LinkedIn, on YouTube.
Oh, really? The LinkedIn? Oh, damn.
Yeah, it looks like there is a technical issue on Oli side. He is joining and getting out. Let's do it again for maybe 5 minutes. In case Oli cannot join, maybe we can cancel it.
Let's see. It seems like he doesn't have any connection.
Yeah, maybe in Dubai the connection is bad.
No, but there was a little bit of sand in the air today, and as you can see, also my connection is not super stable because in a lot of like these new places and new houses, the connection is cellular.
Yeah.
So Oli is saying, I can see you, but you can't either hear me or see me. Nope, we don't see you. Should we create another link and send it out and try to see if this works?
So do you mean for Oli or for the audience?
For all of us? Maybe we'll reset.
It is definitely, I mean, it is the same. Now I see him on different camera.
Yeah, now it seems like it's got connection. Ah, there he is.
Finally.
Oli,
yes.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, guys. No idea what happened here.
It's good. We finally managed.
Yeah, sorry. I hate being late. No idea. Technical issues, Dubai restrictions. Don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's expected. I mean, don't worry. You are living with the Arabs, so it's normal.
Arab living for everybody.
So yeah, I mean,
Okay, so should we get this dance started?
yeah. Where is Oli? I mean, one
It's
question,
on
Fabio.
again. Oh,
Do you see my video in a good shape? I mean, is it like, how do you see the live stream? Is it continuous or like, is it cutting?
it is continuous. It's a little bit choppy. It's asking any chance and another type of connection. I also had issues with the Talk Studio in the past. I don't know. Is there any other thing that we can do?
If we are going to do it, then it means we need to cancel this live stream. So no one has access to the second one.
He's typing. Hold on. It does for 5 seconds. Okay, so it doesn't really. It's not. Yeah, we're having issues with the live stream. The live stream is live streaming, but it's not very stable. You wanna come and say hi? Everybody's watching.
Hi guys, whoever's watching.
Anis is also okay. So I'm holding the whole live stream by myself.
Who's there?
I don't know. Would have to go on YouTube to see, but it's probably just me at this point. Let's see.
That's my cameo in your life.
The cameo. Hey, Ollie.
Hey, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, all good, all good. So 15 minutes. I think the thing is, the live stream is not happening on LinkedIn. It's happening only on YouTube. But I
Okay.
think we should be able to kick off and start.
The good news is that I'm the only one watching on YouTube.
Absolutely. I mean, the bad news is that there will be some people who are going to watch it later.
By the way, did you catch Dagmara's cameo?
Sorry.
Did you catch Dagmara's cameo?
Ah, yeah, very quickly. Yeah, when she was there. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. How are you?
Hi. Okay.
She's so used to Riyadh that she's wearing a hijab also at home.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, look at her.
Yeah, look.
Look at her.
So that's the articulation. Yeah, the t-shirt hijab.
Oh yeah, the t-shirt hijab. Yeah,
Maybe,
kind of like I'm adapting to the local culture, but I'm still.
I can see that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, step by step, no worries.
Yeah. Takes time.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
boys, are we ready to do this?
Yeah, let's do it. Hey everyone, sorry for the delay. I had my dinner. Oli took his time to join. Olivier is a great guy I knew a while ago, and you know also Fabio. Olivier was working with multiple big studios, and he was responsible mainly for the client acquisition process. And last live stream, we had a discussion about can you define an artist? Is it like an entrepreneur or maybe a businessman? And how to balance wearing multiple hats while you are an artist, a solo, or maybe running a studio, or even having one role inside the studio. How to balance all of this? And today, he said, "Okay, let's spend 1 hour together to discuss this topic and explore it with from multiple aspects, depending, I mean, based on his experience. Oli, thank you very much for your time. It's a great pleasure to have you. Welcome.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate this.
Thank you. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where did you work?
Wait. Before we do the introduction, Oli, I want to give a little bit of context to the people watching, because like it might be a very random topic that we're facing tonight, but Anis, according to what is the difference between an entrepreneur and a businessman, and why, in your mind, are we doing this video?
Me?
You're asking me or Anis?
No, I mean, for me, I was...
Anis first, and then we do the introduction with you, and then we'll introduce your whys.
Perfect. The way of how I understand entrepreneurship in general online, this like new term that popped up in the last 10 or 15 years, is basically for people who are doing one small thing and exploring it, seeing, okay, where this is going to lead in 10 years, or maybe 5 years, or even 2 years. Most of them, they are basically coaches like me, okay, or maybe someone who is selling how to do content, or someone who is selling like one small thing and building an audience around this. This guy is starting something, but really doesn't know where this will end in 2-3 years. On the other side, this is my understanding, a businessman is more of like someone who already has seen how other people are growing, and there is a path. For example, a normal business is being an architect, or being having any type of, I would say, trade that was well known in the past, and you are just repeating what people has done earlier, and the differentiator is basically your service. And I see Archviz is basically a typical business. You have a service, and you have a specific client you are serving. At the end of the day, you end up, I mean, what you end up with is basically something very similar to what other people are ending up with. You don't have this freedom that you can go to the beach and sit on a table and take lemonade and do the Archviz, like what all entrepreneurs are saying. That's basically the difference in my mind. I might be wrong, but this is my understanding from what I see online.
Okay, now it's Oli's turn. Oli, a little bit about you, and also let's talk about entrepreneurship versus being a business person.
I love the topic. So I have to introduce myself. Right. Was born in France. You can hear from my accent. I left France when I was 25, headed directly to Brisbane. I've stayed in Australia. I've stayed there about 7 years. And then I moved to Melbourne. I basically started my career in Archviz when I was in Brisbane, about 26 years old. But I was already playing with Max for about maybe, I don't know, 3-4 years. So it was back in 2000. The first time I opened Max, I think it was in 2002, something like that. And I started my career in Archviz in 2006-7, I don't remember. And when I moved to Melbourne, then I have joined a few studios, stay about half a year in a company in Melbourne. Then I moved to a bigger one called Float Studio. I think it's pretty well known. Stayed there about 3 years. Joined Binyan. Stayed there about 10 years. And then I moved to, I started my own little stuff, and I moved to different studios after that. And I am now in Dubai working for Red Vertex. And then I think the question about what is my opinion regarding entrepreneur, businessman, and artist, it's a very large topic. But I would like just to reply to Anis. I think I agree very well with what he's saying, but to bounce on what he has explained, an entrepreneur is by definition someone that likes to start something, as he said. but is someone that doesn't care about taking risks. Most of them, they are very well thought, of course, but it's someone that dares doing something and throw himself to take a risk, and we will see later. And by definition, for me, an entrepreneur is someone that likes to start up things and always bubbling everywhere and has ideas. Businessman, in a contradiction, is someone that likes to run something that is already settled and manage the whole stuff to make it grow. I don't think that the entrepreneur is really passionate about continuing on the long term to make things, running smoothly, etc. He's not excited by that. For me, an entrepreneur is someone that likes to start a business here, maybe another one there, that has ideas that are popping all the time, wants to create departments, wants to hire, wants to fire, wants to, it come up all the time with different ideas, different type of mindset. And when you have a CEO as an entrepreneur is super cool, because the business is constantly, challenged and evolving. It's great. When you have just someone that thinks only about the business and procedures oriented, it might run smoothly, but I don't think that we will have the same type of dynamic in the business.
But I feel like you need, at least in a field like Archviz, you need sort of like both, right? Because otherwise a company would stagnate pretty quickly.
Well, I had a lot of deep discussion with my friends, and some of them are entrepreneurs about that thing. When we start to, like, as an artist, what we want to do is, you talked about this plenty of time, guys. We start this by passion, and we want to live about our passion. And at some point, after 10 years or whatever, we want to be discovering some other aspect. Some guys are interested only about showing the quality of their project, and they focus only on that, and they kind of move away from procedures and administration and all the things, because it's headache. And as artists, from the beginning, of course, it's complicated to be passionate about that. Otherwise, we will have started another job at the beginning. But some people discover a passion about this, like I did. Throughout the years, I started to have a passion about clients management, team management, business growth, and all those things. And slowly, I'm still passionate about doing beautiful images and animation and all those things, but I really enjoy the business side as well. And slowly, when you start to discovering this aspect of being in a company, working as a head of a department, or launching yourself to become an entrepreneur and taking the risk, like this is another world. And to be honest, I was very, very scared for years when I was back at 25 and 30 about all those things. But I don't know, for now, this is basically what I'm passionate about.
And actually, it's a little bit of a myth that, like the business stuff has nothing to do with creativity. As a matter of fact, I think that, the businesses that are doing in, specifically in our field, but also in other fields that are doing very well are those who are running the business in a creative way, right? It's not only about the quality of the image, but also about how do you connect the dots?
Yes, well, I think you can be creative by creating a business, or creating or running departments, or I am at the moment being completely creative by creating how can I say, ways to evaluate the guys in the business, in the company. Like I'm doing graphs and scoring system and all those kind of things, just to be sure that I am evaluating people correctly and in detail, and not just based on a subjective opinion that I had from the last 2 months. I want something that is very strong, across the whole year. So I think you can be creative in anything that you do. It's just that as long as you have a passion about it, you start popping ideas, and start being creative.
Are there any moments that you recall seeing somebody at work and thinking, oh, this person is an entrepreneur? And, the same for somebody where you said, oh, this guy's a business guy, like he understands the business and he runs things as a business guy. Are there moments that you recall, and can you give us maybe an example?
Yeah, well, guys that take initiatives, of course, they like to take risk. They kind of, I always say the best employees are the ones that are challenging me. They want to change things. They are never okay with what I'm saying or what the business is offering. They want more. They have ambition. They think outside of the box. So those guys are definitely entrepreneurs. I'm pretty sure that most of those guys that I have worked with across my last 15 years, most of them they're going to try, or they already have tried to launch their own stuff. Businessmen, they are the guys that like to run things smoothly on their corner. They think thorough about every little detail, and they consider each risk very, very carefully, and they are kind of a little bit scared to take those risks. So they kind of waiting for someone to initiate that. They might stay in their corner the whole time, and never dare doing something, which is a shame because they have a lot of potential. But
yeah, what you are talking about is basically business management.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, my understanding for business people basically is exactly the description of what you said about entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
See,
well,
different based on how we perceive the information, or where do we get the information from. But yeah, definitely.
I understand.
Great.
But when you see, just to buzz on that quickly, when you see an entrepreneur that has already 20 years of experience, most of the time he has started like 3, 4, 5 different businesses already. He's not scared. He likes that. He's excited about creating.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, definitely this a valid also view. I mean, this is exactly what I think about being an entrepreneur. But now let's go back to the topic. Being an Archviz artist. In my opinion, it is a typical business. Basically, the outcome, the service you are doing is typical. It's not like something new you are starting and you don't know where this will end. However, hearing you saying about the risk, I mean, this profession is full of risk. you are always in risk of not completing the project or not getting paid completely. So I don't know how to draw the line between those two things in terms of Archviz. Also there is another thing. If we get into this category, then it means businesses, or I would say classical businesses, those are, let's assume, architects or real estate developers. I mean, real estate developers, there will always be the need to accommodate or at least sell housing. Or even architects, no one can build without a signature from an architect. It means architects, they will always be needed. But Archviz artists, yes, they are needed, but like it's not an obligatory thing from the city. That's why you don't have this like, you don't, for example, I'm just giving an example. In a city south of Germany, they made a law inside the getting the permits to build. You do need a realistic image that is showing the building of how it will fit into the context. And these type of images, they call them verified images. You do need a certified photographer take a photo, and you need to put it in the place, and you need to take responsibility for this. These type of images now, yes, an artist is heading into being into a business because they will be needed all the time. You see, it is like somehow similar to a structural engineer. You cannot build the building without having a structural study. But on the other side, I think like when like a lot of Archviz artists or even studios, they are completely on the risk side. So you do need to be creative in how to reach out to the client, how to start the conversation with the client, how to get the foot in the door.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny you're saying this, you're talking about this, because today I had actually to send a message to a client to explain him the difference between 3D renderings for architectural purposes, like internal representation and internal agreement about the design and things like this. So this is mainly for architect. And in the other side, you have not 3D renderings, but you more have like architectural artistry, architectural visualization, something that is a little bit more emotional, that we are trying to bring storytelling. And this is talking not to the architect, this is talking directly to the end customer. The guy is going to spend $1 million on an apartment. And both approach is very different. Both workflow is different. The pricing is different. The time, everything is different. It's 3D visualization, but for two different purposes. And well, I have to admit that I had the chance that I didn't really work for architect for a long time. I've mainly worked for developers, and it was always marketing images and beautiful storytelling with lots of research about the mood and all those things. And being in Dubai, I have to change my my approach, and I am working more for architects. It's more challenging. Turnover is faster, and the workflow that I learned for years is completely different. And so in both ways, like if you are just an artist, I just would like to go back to the being an artist, entrepreneur, or businessman. If you are just an artist, you are going to be very, very disappointed because it's hard, it's challenging. But if you place yourself more from an entrepreneur point of view, it's more cool, I think. It's another thing. It's another story. You are excited about different things.
I'm gonna say something on your behalf because I feel like I know you enough. Every time that we try to help artists understand, what to expect in the future, we always do it a little bit like, yeah, wait, you'll see, And I feel like that attitude a little bit is challenging towards the youngest people, right? And the youngest people are like, no, I'll show you everything, I'll be creative and all. The reality is that actually I think that this is the biggest revelation that can happen in the career of an artist, to understand that sooner or later you're gonna get a position where your skills won't be enough anymore, and you'll need to see a business for what it is, a business, right? And so basically what I wanted to say on your behalf is, like, start to think about it already now, because for now it might be fun, you might be creating cool things, but sooner or later you're going to be on the other side of the screen telling people what to do. Prepare yourself, otherwise you're going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, and I know that a lot of artists that I don't know, decided to work for 3 years in a company, learned a lot, and they're like, oh, it's fine. I know now how to do good renders. I start on my own, and well, it's not that easy. There are so many other things to think about, and it's not just about pleasing yourself doing good renders. As I always say, if I just want to please myself doing the best render in the world, I will work for like 3 months every day, adding details on beautiful textures, etc. And then I put that in a beautiful print screen on my wall here. I will be happy. But of course, it's not the point. And I've done a little bit of consulting, not as advanced as you guys, but even on my side, the first thing that I was asking the client was, what type of business do you want to be? Like, do you want to be like Lamborghini, or do you want to be Skoda? Because both are working very well, you know, like both CEOs, I think they are pretty well, but it depends what you are targeting. So both have advantages, and well, it all depends on what you want to do. And then the workflow is going to adapt. The type of artist you're going to hire is going to be matching your goals. It's all depends what you want to achieve. And unfortunately, as to bounce this, most of the artists that are starting their own, they just think they're going to please themselves doing great renders, but it's not working this way.
You know,
I think,
the
you know, it's.
main thing,
Oh, sorry, Anis.
yeah,
Go for it.
you
Go.
know, about this point, most artists, with respect to everyone, they really get stuck with this question number one, which is, what do you want? They still, you know, we need to make images. You need to make images or make money. Oh no, it's not about money. Then it is about what? Oh yeah, we want to make images. We are doing great job, and we want to spread the word, and we need to be well known. We need to be near. We need to be. Yes, who is going to feed you? Who is going to pay the bills? You know what? Yeah, it will come. It will come somehow. Okay, perfect. Take it, get it. And regarding these personal projects, I had this accident, not accident, like it's a situation in 2012. So 2009, Alex Roman released his video, the 3rd and the 7th. I saw it. Wow, perfect, nice, amazing. Yeah. But I didn't really know the background. How did he did it, all of that. 2012, we had the war in Syria, and then a client came to me and they said, hey, look, we had this project. We have seen it. Can you do the same? And I looked at this. Oh my God, the materials are so realistic. I cannot do it. I mean, I don't have these equipments. And even materials, I don't know how to make them. But there is a war. I need money. I will make it. Yeah, I don't know how, but like I will find a way. And I started asking people. And I started also replicating the same sequence of like this storyboard, how he brings things together, and made a video. And then I learned that you don't need to render the video, you render frames, then you collect them into Adobe Premiere, then you make a video. And it took me like 2 months to produce one video, one short sequence of 10 seconds. And then I asked a professional in the surrounding, and he said, hey, Anis, look, you are trying to replicate Alex Roman. He spent 1.5 years sitting in his grandmother's house in the village, doing nothing else other than these videos. Now you are trying to replicate this, and you have the war, you have bombs on top of you, and you want to make money making it. And I said, what? 1.5 years? I really didn't believe it. And later, when I came out of Syria, and I really watched the interview, and he said that it took him 1.5 years to finish the complete video. I mean, this is like a huge example of what portfolio projects are alike. You make an image, you complete, like you spend all the weekends tweaking it. Oh, the colors here, the colors there. Let's make it here. Let's make it there. And over 1 year, now you have a portfolio project. And then the client will come to say, can you do it? We have 1 week deadline. Yeah, maybe. You see? So, I mean, Fabio and I talked about portfolio projects and how to make them in a way to get new clients. Previously, I don't know, three episodes. We spend a lot of time just talking about this, just to try to get people outside of making unrealistic projects in unrealistic times. Anyway, I mean, tell us about your journey into client acquisition. You said you did some consultation. Let us know what you did. Maybe the audience will hear it. Maybe they are interested in knowing more about what you do.
Talking about, I'm not doing consulting anymore now. I'm working as the creative director for Red Vertex here in Dubai. But at that time, when I did a bit of consulting, it was I've created a roadmap. And it was just basically following a roadmap that I set up, which was, I don't know, I don't even remember. It was a few years ago, but it was about defining yourself, finding the weak points, finding the advantages, finding the type of clients that you want to work with, what is the how your business is being seen internally, how is the business being seen externally, from the client point of view or from the competition point of view, trying to be sure that the owner of the business has an accurate understanding of all those points, and basically realigning things, because it's never the case. Some clients I have seen, they basically don't care about the industry. They don't care about the competition. They don't care about the artist. What they want is just performing with their own clients. But when they do this, basically they stay behind, because there are a lot of things happening. There is a lot of turnover from different companies. Artists are moving very fast, and they are moving countries now as well. So something that I didn't see when I was 30. I'm 45 now. Something I didn't see when I was 30 was this amount of turnover between the different countries, and which is very normal now. Like you can work in, I don't know what, whatever studios in the UK, and you will work with German people, with people from Australia, from the US, from Argentina. It's moving very fast, and it's actually nourishing a lot each business. People coming with new techniques, new ways to do things, and it's actually nourishing, and it's the dynamism of the new world. We have to learn how to do things very, very quickly. AI, etc. You talked about that last time already, but yeah, when we are like when I start working for a company, or when I did some consulting before, I am trying to understand what is the positioning of the business, what is the workflow, how people inside are working, how the other guys outside are seeing that company, and try to be sure that everything is aligned. And for me, it's basically like like a sound designer when he's moving all those little cursors. It's basically the same thing. Sometimes it needs to be a big up, sometimes it's just a few adjustments here, some adjustment there, and it takes time.
Yeah,
Oli,
perfect.
from what you shared with us until now, I get sort of like the feeling that you could consider yourself an entrepreneur. Would you consider yourself an entrepreneur?
Well, I'm 45. I haven't really started my own business yet. I mean, I did a little bit.
I do think that oftentimes what people people want to have always a very precise definition of things. But you can be an entrepreneur without having your own business in a way. Like, if you're capable of creating for others and you get hired from companies, from people, because you're able to create that. Many times I've shared publicly myself that, like one thing that I hate is to have to run my own business, because, like it's a headache, the accounting, the lawyers, and show up to this place and go and talk in the court there and do this. And there is but, like I thrive when I work with creatives that are looking for, different ways to redescribe the reality, right? And this is, to me, the place where I find myself having the most fun. And I think that, like nowadays people say, oh, you're an entrepreneur only if you have your company. I think that this is yet again another definition, like, business owner. But there are many business owners that are not entrepreneurs. They're not even business people, because, like they don't even know how to run their business. This is not a criticism, it's just pure observation. And there is nothing wrong with that. It's just that, there is so much gray to navigate in our reality. But I do think that you're an entrepreneur because, like you have done many different things. You've always been able to reinvent yourself. There are people in our industry that, they last 5, 6, maybe 10 years and then they get out. The fact that you managed to survive for this long, people always refer to us, the old guys, the dinosaurs. But I also think that, we're sort of like these beautiful butterflies that, they get into the cocoon and then they change and then readapt. I like to think that way about us, because I feel like there is always a very negative connotation with all the people that are a little bit older in our industry. We bring a lot of experience, and we have seen it all, and so I don't know, when I talk with you, I get the impression that you are an entrepreneur. Yes, you don't own your business right now, but the way you do things, I believe they're try, to break the lines and break the status quo. At least that's the impression that I get.
No, I think you're completely right. Yes, I like to take initiatives. I like to try new things. Back at my Binyan days, I remember one day I was drawing a square, which was representing the scope of responsibilities each employee had, and I was drawing actually on the side, not on the side, but at the top of this, I was drawing another square, which is what the real employee was doing. And for example, when I drew mine, I was not even on my square. I was like on the side, like completely on the side, because I never filled up what certain part of my responsibilities. Like, for example, time management. I was very bad of this, and a few other things. But in the same time, I was always doing something else. I contacted client. I tried to win project. I was like working on a new quote system, on rewards, etc. Like I was doing things that were not in my scope, but because I like to take initiatives and I like to bring something else. When I have a vision, if I don't try to make it work, it stays here, and I get angry. So yes, somehow I am definitely, and I know that at some point I will launch my own stuff. But for the moment, I think I am still trying to learn as much as possible from all the different companies that I'm working for. There are so many things to learn. When you think that you know, it means that you don't know. There are always something to learn. I am meeting with new people from another world now that I didn't know about like 3 years ago. I am discovering new ways to do things, new client, new system, like create a lot of anxiety. But after working with some Chinese developers, I thought I knew what hard work was. And now that I am in Dubai, I understand it's not the case. So yeah, it's everything is an experience and a new way to learn.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, tell us a little bit about your experience with the Chinese developers.
Most of them, they are extremely demanding. They want everything for tomorrow. But I don't know, after, like, once again, as I said, I work mainly for developers, not for architects. And when I trying to explain that my goal is to be sure that they are successful, not me. If they are successful, I am. And when you start having that type of narrative, you kind of reassure them, and they try to understand what you say, and they go a little bit on your side. And I always said, my goal is to be sure that all your customers are going to buy your apartments. This is basically, you are giving me the opportunity to do this. So like, I accept the responsibility and I will do everything for that. So please trust me, please trust my expertise, trust my vision. I've been here for quite a long time, and I think I know a little bit how to do it. So give me a little bit of freedom, and you will see. So sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it works, but I mean, like, throughout a few years, I think I have succeed in that. I remember one of the project I had for that type of client. They didn't want to give the budget for that specific development, and I told them it's not gonna work. You are working in rush. you are not doing enough renders, or the type of renders, very wide angles showing everything. Those kind of things is not working. I have done a beautiful creative brief to show them what is going to work, especially for the location they were building. They didn't trust me, and we worked in rush. About 6 months later, they came back. They say, "Okay, sorry, Oli, here, please try your best." And at the end, they followed what I wanted to do. And I remember when we have done the launch, so maybe a year later, I don't remember. But when we have done the launch of the development, the director came to me and said, "We should have trust you, and sorry for this." And just that's the kind of thing that makes me happy. It's not a great render, it's that result. So I was anyway, sorry, I was excited by that.
What you just shared, I think it's beautiful, and it's a reminder for anyone watching that sometimes you need to have courage, right? You have to have courage to believe in yourself and to think that whatever decision that you're making is the right one. Even, and this is a little bit the paradox, even if there might be a chance that you're wrong, you still have to go for it, because then it's really the proverbial journey of the warrior, right? You have to do it, and if you perish in the battle, you perish. But if you come out of it, then this is something that really elevates you, right? And you will bring it with you in every sort of like a future endeavor.
Are you still there? I can't hear you.
Yeah. I just finished my phrase.
Okay.
When I talk too much, so sometimes I just stop.
Yeah, sorry.
At the moment, sorry, we want to reply to Fabio.
No, go ahead. It's okay.
Yeah, at the moment you are in Dubai.
Yeah, for the man, I have arrived in Dubai about a year ago. Started to work for Kilograph. Worked there for a little bit, and then I moved to Kilograph to Red Vertex, and kind of enjoyed the time so far. There is a lot to learn here. It's a new world, as I said before. It's great. I'm happy also to work for a European company, because most of my career has been made in Australia, and I have specific ways to think by reflex, and working in a different way is challenging, but it's actually pretty cool. So I'm happy. Yeah.
Great, amazing.
Well, so yeah, go ahead, Yanis.
No, I was just heading into the last part of this. If what is interesting is how to tell. I mean, if someone is watching, they need to get some benefit out of this. Not only the insights, also some sort of like actionable steps. What are the signs for someone who is an artist and they think they are in the business or like entrepreneurs? Like I will tell you one thing. One of the biggest things that people get out of the coaching I do or the workshop I do with Fabio is the shift in the mindset. They come here, okay, we have great work, everything is nice. Then we start talking about the clients, and they said, why should I know about the client? I have my business. Well, my friend, without a client, you have no business. So basically, this guy is still an artist and looking to grow his artistic journey. However, they discover they need to shift between a business mindset. I mean, from an artistic mindset to a business mindset. In your opinion, okay, what are the signs for someone who is in the artistic, I would say, zone, and they should see in themselves to move outside?
Being able to absorb as much as possible, and accepting the failures. The failures just another way to learn. And people are afraid of failures. It's very cliche topic, but it's true. You know, I mean, like most of the successful CEOs here, even if in our industry, most of them they had tons of failures. They have hired the wrong people. They have failed project. They probably have lost money. They find themselves like with headache. How I'm going to be able to pay people at the end of the month. But basically, what makes people successful is they are finding ways to turn this over and become successful, but they are scared. Like people are scared of this. So what I would say is just like try, and you will learn by failures. You know, it's you know, I say something all the time to my son, which is the sorry, what is it in English? Sorry, is a winner is a loser that tries one more time.
Yeah.
And it's the case. It's a loser that tries and tries and tries until he wins. So there is no other way. I mean, in my
You know,
opinion.
it is really interesting what you said about what you say to your son, because my son also now he's 6. At the end of this year he will go to school, and while he was like early childhood, so I was telling him, and like once he tried to get the Lego together and like everything is falling down, he starts to cry and everything. I said, you know what, you don't need to cry, okay? The once everything collapse, the very first thing you should do is to redo it.
And you will do it
now
faster.
he will do it faster, and he has this mindset, like once everything is not working, he will redo it. He won't really think about what should we do or why it was like this. And he became like very, I would say, special in this thing in the kindergarten. Like they recognize him immediately. He is someone who is just doing things multiple times. You see, and the results are really great. So something similar to what you said. Just to avoid having
Yeah.
this with like mindset. Oh, I lost. I need to cry. Lost my life.
Kids are so lucky nowadays, because like my parents, like my dad, if I did something wrong with the Lego, he would just look at me and be like, okay, you'll do physiotherapy.
Yeah.
Choose another career.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
How-
the Lego is an awesome toy, by the way, to learn to like start something, break it up, redo it, do it in a different way, do it better, mixing things. I mean, like my son has been doing Legos for years, and like you know what's funny? He's able to create things that I don't even know how he does it. Like I remember one day he has done a Funky Kong, you know, for Mario Kart, but he did it so well. I was like, I didn't even understand. He already has this 3D mindset, you know, the 3D
yeah,
understanding of things. I mean, it's pretty cool. Now he's 15 and
genetic.
he's going to start doing multimedia things already. It's going too
So how
fast.
old is
There
he?
was a
15 and a
Oh,
half
sorry.
already.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, he's taller than me already.
I've seen the pictures. Oh my god, it's unbelievable! Like he's a giant.
Yeah, already. It's going
There
too
was
fast.
a beautiful presentation. There was a beautiful presentation at the D2 last year from Amin Farah. I don't know, Anis, if you caught it, with the Legos and the journey, and the guy that started to break down the Legos to create his own toys. Do you remember this?
I was like a little bit there, but I didn't watch the complete slides.
Yeah, no, but absolutely. Like I loved playing Legos as a kid, but I do remember that I was getting a lot frustrated, you know. And it wasn't mainly because I wasn't capable. It's because I was losing the pieces all the time. But anyway,
You know,
there is no information in that sentence.
you know, like with Legos, you get this like what is called the manual, how
Yeah.
to assemble things in this way. And at some point, my son he was always doing things, and like when he was 5, he was doing 5 plus, then 6 plus, then 7 plus, and he was still 5. And he said, you know what? I'm just doing the things for people who are even like older than me. And at some point, he got like a lot of smaller parts, and he started to collect things, make his own car, his own house, or building. Simple things. You see, it's not like really tough. And his birthday, that was last February, and I told him, hey, look, we have a lot of kids coming, and they will see a lot of parts. We should collect them and put them away, because these people, they have the smaller parts, but they don't have the manual, because they cannot relate which part is for this manual. And he looked at me and he said, yeah, okay, I will do it. And when the birthday came, I found him drawing a manual. He made the car, and he made a manual for the car to tell those kids how to make it. I said, no way. This guy is. But like, really, a question I don't really have the answer. Why all the sons are taller than the fathers? Most of them.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. But
Guys.
here is a thought for you guys. What if Lego is just a byproduct of IKEA, and they're just training us to put together furniture when we grow up, you know?
Yeah, IKEA is Lego for adults somehow.
It could be. I mean, at the end. Anyway.
Guys, I just don't have more battery on my phone, unfortunately, because it didn't work on my computer. So I'm stressed about saying goodbye right now.
Great.
Oli, I think we got a lot of value out of this conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks.
It was very great. Looking forward to see you in person.
I appreciate it. Definitely. I hope soon. Thanks a lot for the time, guys. Appreciate it. It was awesome.
Amazing. See you.
You have an amazing one, and thanks a lot for being here.
Thanks, man. Talk soon, Fab.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next week. We have another episode called Archviz in Colombia. We will talk about the Archviz market in Colombia.
Yeah. Exciting.
Amazing.
It's going to be a good one.
Goodbye,
I'll drop some comments. Bye, guys.